Hi everybody! So myself, Danny Wells and Fiona McCarthy, who's just landed back from Maui, Hawaii from our company's leadership week away. Oh my gosh, can't wait to hear more about that. We thought we'd get together and do a very short overview of what it is that we do, because it's something we get asked a lot about, something that we are sort of inundated with people saying, what is it? I don't really understand. Like, can you give us a bit more of an overview? So we thought we'd try and keep it really short. We're going to aim for 15 minutes, aren't we? And tell us a bit about what it is that we do. So what I thought we'd do is start with a bit about our background. So do you want to do your background first?
Sure.
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, so before Arbonne, I was actually in the military. I was a serving British soldier for 8 years. Absolutely loved that job. It meant I could travel. I was around people. I'm very sporty. I was born in South Africa, so that was totally up my street. So we normally talk to, we share with you what we do before Arbonne, because it's a level playing field and we all have different backgrounds. We're all different ages and experiences. So that's what I did. And like I said, loved it, but it wasn't a right environment to bring up a family. So, and I knew I wanted to start a family, so I did. And when my girls were 2 and 4, I was actually, my sister married an American soldier, and he was being deployed to Afghanistan. So I went over there to help her with her newborn. So we had a newborn, a 1, a 2, a 4, and a 5-year-old. And I was approached by an American lady, a stranger at the pool in North Carolina, and she heard my British accent and she knew that Arbonne was coming to the UK, and she asked me, would I be interested in doing this business? And it really was incredible. So I really had no idea back then. I was the very first UK Arbonne consultant with the oldest ID.
Yes.
And I had never heard of multi-level marketing. I didn't know anything about business, completely, all these words that you may be hearing right now, residual income stream, nothing. That never crossed my path, but it felt right. And I literally went on a gut feeling. I liked the fact I was looking for something. I had no idea what would be out there, because I knew by being in the military, I wasn't a girl that would be office bound. That isn't my personality. And I love travel and meeting people. And I didn't know what on earth could be, out there in the world that was going to be even half as good as what I used to do in the military. And the fact that, I'd given up a great career to be a stay-at-home mom. And well, this was it. And little be known to me, I jumped in day one, and here I am over 10 years later at the top level of the company. We'll talk about that later on. And helping, inspiring many other people out there, and influencing lives, changing lives. And absolutely love what I do, and so I'm going to pass it you to Dan.
Well, Fiona, I'm glad that you did, because obviously you started building your business online, figuring it out, learning how to do this, and a few years had passed, and my life, we didn't know each other, my life had took a massive turn, and actually it's because you said yes to this business many years before that it came into my life. So I actually worked in ophthalmology, had a really great career. In fact, I worked for a popular high street brand for 7 years, loved what I did. And then when my second child was born, unbeknown to us, she actually had a severe brain hemorrhage and a stroke. And if you have ever been in the point of your life where you've kind of like had a bit of a curveball thrown at you, it might be that your partner broke their back, or your parents have got ill and they need round-the-clock care, or someone's been made redundant, or a child's ill. If a curveball comes into your life, most of us, and me not me as well, most of us don't have like a backup plan. I didn't have like a backup income so that financially we would be fine. And we weren't. We were literally up the creek without a paddle. And this went on for a few years. My daughter needed a lot of medical care, and I had to take a lot of time off work, to the point where I actually had to give up my job in the end, because I couldn't do that and juggle everything else that I needed to do. So we were very stuck, very debt ridden. And amongst all of that, I'd kind of lost like who I was as well. I'd lost like my identity. I was depressed. I was suffering with anxiety. And actually Fiona had spoke to somebody about Arbonne, who had spoke to somebody, who had spoke to somebody, who had spoke to somebody, who then told me about it. So this is going down like a few years later. And when my friend Emma told me about this business, it ticked everything for me. At home, work from my mobile phone, so when I'm in hospital, I can still work. I can build a corporate style income, and obviously that doesn't happen overnight. We're going to touch on that a little bit more, but you've got the potential to build a corporate style income, but working part-time. And it was something I could learn from scratch. I didn't have business skills, so learning this from scratch, I was like, I'm in. So we're going to share a bit about the company with you. I think you're going to go first, aren't you?
Absolutely. Okay, so what is Arbonne? Okay, so Peter Mork is the name of our founder, and he started this business now 38 years ago. He was a Norwegian violinist, living in Switzerland at the time, and he was always, like about forward thinking, developing right from day one. So our products are pure, safe, beneficial is our mantra, and they are. And Danny's going to talk about all the ingredients, but just to know that back then, he was such a visionary, forward thinking, and he wanted men and women to have the best, safest skincare in the world, unparalleled, alongside the ability to earn an extra income in something called multi-level marketing. So he moved it to the States after 4 years of starting Arbonne in Switzerland, and it means a beautiful tree, which we have got behind us.
There is actually 2 banners here as well. We are together because it almost looks like we're like doing a side-by-side conference call. We are actually together.
So he started his business, and you know what, from day one it was, like I said, the ingredients are unparalleled, but actually it was the fact that it was vegan, never tested on animals, and it's about the results. So beneficial means active ingredients. It's got to do something, so giving healthier choices for you and your family. So he went to America, like I said, and from that, this business has expanded. We are now in 7 countries. So from America onto Canada, and then into Australia, UK, it went into Poland, New Zealand, and we are actually launching Taiwan, and launching in Germany this year.
That's going to be really exciting, because they are advanced in using like toxic free products. They're really on the ball with that.
Yeah, so super exciting. I actually lived in Germany for 4 years in the forces, so have contacts there.
Can you still speak German?
No,
oh.
9. But love, so this is so cool, because like what Danny said earlier on, the fact that you can build this international business from your phone,
yes.
And so many people out there are looking for, more time and more money. We'll talk about that as well. So anyway, this is a passionate a culture that of incredible men and women who are able to, build this business and also help people, with skin, with hair, with inner health. It's all about health and wellness. That is the buzzword, and we're really, we are forward thinking in that again. So I'm bringing that into really what we do. So the generous compensation plan is incredible.
It is.
There are 4 levels of leadership, and we'll talk about that as well. But just to know that it's a level playing field, like I said at the start. So you come in, and as soon as you join Arbonne, we're onto personal development books, and it's your mindset, it's that inner self. To have more, you must become more, and that's what we do. We're incredible, passionate, helping other people to be successful, and there's room for all of us at the top. This is a level, the glass ceiling, so you earn and learn at the same time, and you can do this in a really safe, environment where people have got your best interest, and I love that. Really helping each other. So we have a home office team. Irvine, California is where the big corporate, but we also have one, we're based in the UK obviously, so Northampton, and also Poland. So we have got a wonderful experienced home office team that really, they bend over backwards for us. So super proud to be part of that.
So when I was first approached about this business, Emma, who was sort of describing it all to me, was explaining everything, and she said it was a product-driven company. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but I wasn't a product person, and I didn't know anything about products, and I certainly didn't go to sleep worrying about the wrinkles on my face. But what I did do was not go to sleep every night worrying about my financial situation. So I was looking, like Fiona said, for something else, and this fitted in nicely. And my only concern, if you like, was could I learn what I needed to learn, and is there like a market out there for what I've got to offer? And my worries were quickly put to one side, because yes, they absolutely, you can learn this from scratch. We have free online training that is put together every single week, and if you can't catch it live, you can get onto the recording. There is literally like an online university to learn everything about all the products. And also, I found that most people aren't actually that interested in a list of ingredients. They just want to know, is it clean? Is it not tested on animals? Is it vegan certified? That's really big, especially in 2018. Everybody wants vegan certified products. Is it gluten free? That's huge. People having gluten intolerances, and it's not just what you put into your mouth, it's what you put onto your skin as well. Your skin is the largest organ in your body. So if you've got intolerances to gluten, you need to be aware of what's going on to your skin. So it's a huge market for that. And they're free of all the toxins, all the nasties. So there's a huge market out there of people, and all they want to know is, what do you think? So when I was looking at this business, I was like, okay, well, it's very obvious to me there is a market of people out there that are looking for products like this, and it's very obvious to me that all I need to do is use the products and tell people what I think. People see the results in me, and I kind of in the beginning 4 years ago thought of myself a bit like Cheryl Cole, so I was using like the shampoo and the face products and just being a walking, talking advert, and people would say to me, oh my gosh, Danny, like, what are you doing with your hair, your skin, your makeup? Your kids, they used to have like red, rashy, itchy bits all over their body that I'd have to take them to the GP and get creams for. That went. And people would say to me, oh my gosh, your kids, like, what are you using? Because we've been having these problems for years. So I just said to them, do you know what? I'm using these Arbonne products. They're incredible, ultra premium products. They're affordable and they're free of all the nasties. So they straight away said, let me try them. And the good thing about this company is you can try before you buy. So if you know a consultant, you can borrow some of their products, try them for a couple of days, 48 hours, and then see for yourself. Or you can order them online and you get a full 6-week money back guarantee. I don't know any other company that gives you a full 6-week money back guarantee. Yeah. So the products are amazing. We've got 4 main ranges. We've got skincare for every skin type. So oily, dry, sensitive, every skin type. We've got nutrition, which is phenomenal, used by a lot of athletes, and I just got together like a board of people that are at the top of their sports careers that are trialing the Arbonne products, which is great hearing about their results. We've also got cosmetics line, and then we've got personal care, so like hand wash, toothpaste, deodorant, all the things that everybody uses regardless. So there is something for everybody.
I love that. So first of all, is there a marketplace demand? Okay, so if you're thinking about this as a business, do people use our products? Well, how many people do you know with skin and hair, right? They're consumable.
Hair's optional.
Right, okay. Yep. So washing
Yep.
every day, and what happens is, that's going to run out. So you've got consumable products, which means repeat orders, repeat demand. The fact that these products are so good is the fact that people are going to keep wanting to buy the products again and again. And what I love is we're never going to sell retail. So the money always goes back to the person who initially introduced that person to Arbonne and the skincare products and or the business. So it's online, and that's super important as well. So you can't just go and buy these products. You have to go through recommendation as with the consultant that knows about the products and what they're talking about as well. So yes, there's a marketplace demand. Yeah, it's consumable, so that helps. And how many people are talking?
Just a few, I think.
I think so. No overheads.
Yeah.
Internet-based business. In 2008, internet sales beat retail sales. So you have to be in the 21st business model of shopping, online. Internet is the future. So we're there, we're dynamic, and the health and wellness is the next $1 trillion industry. It's exploding right now. So yes, of course, for us, it's you're selling products or a service, and we're selling these products. Alongside that as well, in the Direct Selling Association, Arbonne is in the top 20, but all the other 19 companies are already in 65 plus countries. We're only in 7.
I love that.
Isn't that exciting? Yeah. So it just shows you exponential growth, the fact that we're not saturated, and that we're just, we have got so much expansion still to do globally, which is super exciting. So we know there's a marketplace demand. Now, whereabout do we sit when it comes to consumable products that we can buy? The fact we're vegan. So really, you've got your economy lines, your 2 for 1. So these are you'd buy them from the shelves. So you go to Asda, Superdrug, and these are like Dove.
That used to be me.
Oh,
yeah.
Probably me. Well, me too, actually.
I'm so glad I don't anymore.
So, and most people are consumers, and that's what they're doing. They're buying into that. And then you have your premium line. So this is your Clarins Clinique, Estee Lauder. Go to department store, buy it from somebody selling behind a counter. And then your prestige, ultra prestige. So these are, creme de la mer, £500 a pot, in these beautiful spas around the world. Well, Arbonne, where do we sit? So because of the quality of ingredients, we're at the top. Okay, so we're prestige, but because we will never sell through retail, only through multi-level marketing, which is what we do, the price bracket comes down between the economy and the premium lines. So it means that average people can afford extraordinary products at a reasonable price for themselves and for their family. And so our job is to make people educated consumers and let them know about healthier choices for themselves and their family, by making people sharing the information, like Danny said, and just talking. I use it, and this is what I do. So that's how we work this business. Okay, so if you've never heard of network marketing or social marketing, so it's the way that we basically shift a product from source, where it's manufactured, to the consumer. So retail, so I never really thought before, when I used to go shop, Body Shop, pick up my shampoo, whatever, the process of taking that product to market. So things that are normally manufactured And this is where they put bulking agents and things that maybe aren't very good for your health, because it's all about the profit margin and the decisions made by the government in the manufacturing stage. It then goes through a series of, it gets shipped and then it gets put in transit, so it gets so it's like warehousing, and then it eventually gets shipped to the store where you're paying for the overhead lighting, the staff, and then eventually to you, the consumer. So we call that pennies in the pot, pounds in advertising. It costs roughly £75,000 for a primetime TV advert. You're paying for the process of taking that product to market. So pennies in the pot, pounds in advertising. So with Arbonne, we cut out that middleman. So instead of paying for every single process, what we're doing is we are putting that money back into research and development of our, amazing ingredients in our products, and the rest of the money is paying us very well to spread the word. So it's a win-win for everybody, and something that's 30 pence to make can be something like £27 to buy at the end. But what you're getting, what you're paying for, is the process, is not the ingredients going into that product, and that's why this business, it works, and that's why the products are so good, and that's why we are ambassadors of this company, and we are a product of the product, and we absolutely love the fact that we are, we're using it, we're sharing it, and we're educated and sharing and showing people, healthy choices if they want to.
Yeah, the results are we're just walking, talking adverts, aren't we?
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself? So to sum up, there are sort of like three main ways that you can kind of get involved with the company, and that the culture and the community is like nothing else. For that itself is so worth, in my opinion, having my business. It's great that I'm paid every single month, but for me it is about the people that you meet and feeling like you belong. I've always been somebody that never felt like I quite belonged, a bit of a misfit. You are welcomed in with arms from everybody, virtually and in person, and there is a place for everybody: men, women, 18-year-olds, 80-year-olds, somebody from every background you can imagine. It is just the best world to be a part of. So where do you see yourself? So the first way that you can get involved is you can become a client. So all you need is to find an Arbonne consultant, or if you already know an Arbonne consultant, you need a link to their website, because you can't just buy these products. You can't just go online and buy them. They are completely exclusive. So you need a link to get access to the product. So consultant's website, you go on and you just pay full price for the product. So you get a full 6-week money back guarantee on everything. And that is great. Option number one, client. Fantastic. The second thing, which is probably what more people do than the client option, is they become what's called a wholesale buyer. So we call these preferred clients. It costs 25 English pounds, obviously work that out in different currencies around the world, for a year to have all of the products at a wholesale discount, which is incredible. And that's 20% off everything, and actually up to 40% off if you were to buy sets. On top of that, Arbonne actually do something called flash buy days, where once a month, sometimes even twice a month, don't they? They throw a few couple in. They'll say, hey guys, if you shop on today, you're going to get £300 of free products. And there's actually one today, which is very exciting. So flash buy days are included for preferred clients, which is great. And so then you've got your third option, which in my opinion is the best option, because going back to what I was saying, most people aren't worried about the wrinkles and fine lines on their face at night time, but they are worried about their financial situation. So that is to become an independent consultant. So most people decide to do this because they don't already have a plan B in place. They might have a really good job and they're working great hours, but if something was to happen in their family's life, or to them, a curveball was to come in, they fall down the stairs, they break their back, they can't work for 6 months, they don't get paid from their main job for 6 months, they maybe have to go into sick pay, which we all kind of know is like pence. How are they going to survive? And that's what we were like when our daughter was in hospital. We were like, how on earth are we going to survive? There was no plan B income coming in. If you've got a plan B income, great, you're on the right route, but most people don't. So what you can do is you can do your main job, or whatever your busy life is. You might be a busy mum or busy dad or whatever it is. You can still do what it is you need to do, and then you can set up an online business with Arbonne. It costs 56 English pounds. You pay that once, and then the renewal every year is about £20, I think it is, £22 to renew it every single year. So that's your website. When I first found out how much the website was, I thought that the girl was telling me that's what it cost a month. I was like, okay, yeah, £56 a month, that's really cheap. You know, I know most online businesses are £700 a month. She said, hang on, Danny, it's not £56 a month. It's £56 once, and then every 12 months you just pay a renewal. I couldn't believe it, because I'd looked at online franchises. I'd looked at franchises out and about, and you were looking into the thousands. So I could not believe I could start this business from £56. I could buy whatever products I wanted to buy at an up to 50% discount, because I'm a consultant and they want us to use the products so that we can talk about them more. And then every time somebody asked me about the difference in me or my children, or that I was talking to about these products, every word of mouth referral that I did, I was paid if they decided to take me up on that word of mouth referral, which I love, because if I recommend to Fiona about going to see a film at the cinema, I went to see Jumanji recently, which is really good, by the way. If she went to go and see Jumanji, the cinema aren't going to ring me up and say, hey, because you told Fiona and she brought her whole family and there's 4 of them, we've got £40 extra in our till, here's 10%. They just don't do that. We all do word of mouth advertising, but we just don't get paid for it. This is what this is. This is fantastic. This is a fantastic way to bring in a secondary income that's also like a residual type income. So that means you fall down the stairs, you break your back, you're out of work for 6 months, your online Arbonne business is still going to keep paying you because it's online. It doesn't need you to check in and check out like you do in a normal 9-to-5 job. So to sum up, this business is a phenomenal plan B that can actually stay your plan B for a long time. You don't have to leave your job to do Arbonne. There are people that love doing what they do, singers, actors, models, that they carry on doing what they do and Arbonne's their plan B. And then there are other people like me where my plan B and Arbonne's become my plan A. This is my only income. It's your plan A as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Can be very life-changing, and on top of the income you can go on trips. Maui,
I know.
How was it?
Amazing. When you reach, there's 4 levels of leadership. So the national vice president is the top level, and Arbonne fly you there with your partner and put
To
you
go
up.
on a leadership training.
Yeah, for 5 days, and yes, it's incredible. The quality. Oh my goodness, of the training and then the gifts, and they just don't ever stop giving, and you feel very special and very blessed. It's an incredible company to work
And on top of Maui, we both went to, trying to think where we went, Mexico last year. The year before it was Bahamas.
Yes.
The year before that was Caribbean cruise.
Yeah.
We're going to Jamaica this year. Because you've been in the business longer than me, you've been on many other trips. Puerto Rico, New York.
Yeah.
We've both been to Arizona together. So if you're somebody that likes to travel, this offers you the opportunity to do that. And then there's the fun and the culture, the personal development you've touched on, growing in your confidence and growing in who you are. So my advice is to go for option number 3, speak to the independent consultant that you know and say, hey, do you know what? I need a plan B in my life. I need a little bit of fun in my life, something that's going to grow my confidence, grow me, and be surrounded by a bunch of really nice people and have access to a fabulous discount from an online business.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of thinking, what if it doesn't work? Think, what if it does? I was very blessed that 10 years ago, I'm not a person who thinks a glass is half full, half empty. It's overflowing. So I was very much open to everything and attached to nothing, and that's kind of been my strategy. It's really helped me well because, if I had been too worried about what I didn't know, instead of thinking, well, what do I know? And if I didn't know what I didn't know, then why should that stop me, And because of that decision, creating an incredible team of dynamic, forward-thinking men and women. And honestly, it's the best gig in town. I never thought leaving the forces I'd ever get that camaraderie again, because we are very different and we are entrepreneurs and we're thinking differently and we're creating all the time, and that's what I love. Old money follows old money in the UK especially, but we get to bring new money into this country in this incredible business model that Pet and Walk, took him 6 years to sort out a compensation plan, which is our earnings, and oh boy, it's a fair level playing field. You earn and learn, like I said before, and you get paid in direct proportion to the effort you put in, and you can keep growing and you can keep earning, and it doesn't ever stop. Your paycheck is in direct relation to the amount of people you help in this business, and that's the best thing in the world.
It is. So what are you waiting for? Get in touch with the independent consultant that you know and choose option 3.
Yay! Bye.
Bye.